Hey everybody, welcome back to Building with Bufus. So it's a beautiful afternoon, actually. Sun just went behind some clouds, but the sun's been out. It warmed up. We had a little warm spell come in yesterday, so it's almost a 40 today. So it's really nice, and I couldn't stay inside. I had to come out and see what was going on outside. So what we're going to do outside today is, I'll show you, actually. We're out here in the sawmill shed, if you couldn't see behind me. And what's going to happen is, you see this here? So that's the tarp that I bought a while ago to cover this area. A lot of the wind comes right in this way. I can feel the breeze right now, but a lot of this wind comes in right here, storms and that kind of stuff. And I really was kind of, when I first built the shed here, the sawmill shed, I didn't want the snow in here all the time and have to clean it all out all the time. Yeah, I know it's outside, and yeah, I understand all that, but still, I didn't want to have to do that constantly. So I bought this tarp. And on the bottom of the tarp is a pipe, 3-inch piece of pipe with some dirt in it, capped off, and that uses as weight. And then I built this pulley system. There's a pulley here, and there's a hook out here, and there's another one down there set up. And so what I did was made it so that when you pulled on the rope, it wound the tarp right up, and yeah, and then it was out of the way. Well, the ropes broke. They got deteriorated, old, broke, whatever. So I thought, we got a big storm coming tonight, and I kind of didn't want this full of snow. So I think I bought some cable and some cable clamps. When I mean cable, I mean some of this coated, I bought off the internet, some of this coated steel cable. That way, it's more rugged, it won't deteriorate, and I need to build a loop, 2 loops, 1 and 2, and once I do those 2 loops on either side, have them join together, and I'll turn around here and show you, they'll join together right over here somewhere, and then eventually what I want to do is I want to put a winch up on the ceiling and hook it to my setup here so that I can hit the button and that rolls it right up and rolls it right down. So if that'll work, we'll see. But hey, we're always building something, so let's see what we can do. But anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna try to fix this real quick. So here we go. All right, so we got to take this stuff off here. And then we got to make a loop in the cable. And then once we make a loop in the cable, it will hook on that hook on the outside. And then, wow, that's some rugged stuff. Then once that, it can go down and back up in that pulley. But this came with a bunch of these little, they're like, I don't know what they're called. I don't exactly know what they're called really, but you use a punch and punch them. But anyway, so let's find the end here and get started. See what we can find here. Where the end is a really good question. I'm guessing it's underneath this plastic somewhere, but I don't really know that for certain. Oh, yep, I was right. It's right there. All right, so we got to make this loop first. So we'll stick this on here on one side. loop it around and stick it back through. See? Stick it back through like that. And now we've got a loop. Let's see, get rid of some of this tail. There. Now, we got to take it and make a dent in it with a hammer. Get the hammer here. I don't know if this is hard enough. I think I'll use something like this to hold it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but you see I made dents in it. I'll do it on this other side too. And that crimps it basically. So you got it on both sides. And then that, yep, expands it. And it basically pinches it off. I'm thinking I'm going to do a little bit extra, because it's not holding up a lot of weight, but it's holding up just enough that I really don't want it to come apart. So let's try to get this. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got that. So now we just got to run it all out, see where it goes, and see how long it is before we cut it off. Take this old rope off because it's not going to work. And let's put this new piece on, and then we'll run this all the way down here like this, all the way to the ground, because that's really what's going to happen. Is it's going to be all the way on the ground. So this is the longest it's going to be right here, is what I'm doing. This is going to, longest I'm going to have it. So it's going to come back up to that pulley. And then I want it to go over there to hook up with the other piece for the other side. So I'll go down here and see how far I gotta go with it. All right, so I already made the loop for the next one, next piece here. So I already got the loop done. So now I just gotta get this rope. Oh, that rope's holding it. Yeah, I tied that on that still, so. But that's no big deal, because we're going to have to let this whole tarp down in a minute anyway, so. Alright, so let's hook that on, and then do the same thing. Go all the way to the ground with it. Trying to keep this from getting twisted, but it's not working. And kinked. It's getting kinked no matter what I do here, by the looks of it. So let's put that underneath that arm, that leg, I mean. Yeah, all right. And then we'll go back up here. I'm not being really fussy about it. Just kind of doing what, getting it close. Really, that's all that matters. I just want to be able to pick it up and put it down, because it's so much easier to load the logs with the tractor and stuff, instead of having to, on certain logs when they're bigger and things like that. So it's good to have this be able to go up and down when you want. All right. I think I got what I need there. All right, we'll start building the next stage of it. All right, so now the issue becomes we've got to figure out how this comes together, because what we don't want to have happen is we don't want that by the time, see, I got my 2 pieces of cable here. We don't want to have this so that by the time the cable, in other words, when this starts pulling and it rolls all the way up, we don't want to be clear out in the yard out here. So, by the looks of it, yeah, see, I only got about 3 feet here of throw. So, see, if I pulled this to right, wow, there's a lot of sawdust here, to the edge right here, yeah, see, that only picked it up about 2 feet. So that ain't the answer. So what we got to do now is we got to make these shorter. So that's going to be the issue, is knowing how short these got to be. So I think we're going to have to put these together clear over here, just like this, so that when something like, so within there all the way down. You know what, right here I might as well do the same thing with this cable and wind this one through the pulley, and then we will, excuse me, see what happens. I think I got a lot of extra cables, what I think we're going to find here. So let's unhook. Wow, that's got a strain on it. Just what I thought. But now, you know what we can deal with, yeah. All right, guys, so you see, I'm going to show you. Whew. See, this is what I did on the bottom of this tarp. And I've got some big screws with washers, big fender washers screwed into that. So that's got dirt in it, and that gives it weight. And then, as you can see here, so I ended up having to, I put this tarp on, and it's just like a big sail when I first started this. And it wouldn't hold. You see, I built some things here out of wood to hold that so it wouldn't blow over. But it got to be a big sail. So I remember somewhere I saw, I don't know where it was, I don't know if it was a big sign, big huge sign or something, but I noticed that they had the sign and they had these half moon like holes in it so the wind would go through it. And I thought, well, that's a pretty cool idea. And then when I had this problem, I was like, hey, wait a minute. Listen. So I took a hot knife and I cut these. This is, I don't know if it's easy for you to see or not, but this is really thick material. This is a real thick tarp. So I had to special order this online. But yeah, so I used the hot knife and cut these in it, and what a difference. The wind can blow through here if it wants to, but yet I can still roll this down, and it keeps this whole area free of snow. Yeah, we're going to, obviously, I mean, it's all open over here where all the sawdust and stuff is, but it usually doesn't snow that way. In other words, it doesn't snow from, it doesn't over here, back in here. It usually snows straight down, or from this side over here, it snows down there. So, all right, so we got this down. So now we need to pull those tight, those cables we got, and see how this is going to work. All right, so I'm all the way up here. I don't know if you guys can see me or not, but now let's pull this down and head over here. Gotta use my hand as a marker and see. That's still not enough. Wow. Well, I got it so that it works now, at least. But the problem is, they don't work together without having both of them. And when I get both of them, I literally have got them pulled. I'll show you guys what I got here. So I literally have got them pulled, if you can see from there, over to here, from that pulley to that pulley, I got them pulled right tight right here in the middle. And when I do that, I still am way out there. So, looks like we're going to have to go back to the drawing board on this a little bit, because I'm not exactly sure. I think what I ended up doing before was I took the rope and I wrapped it around that post, and I just pulled it as far as I could until it was till the tarp was all the way up, and then I just started wrapping it around that. If I remember correctly, I think that's where we're at. I don't necessarily want to do that because, like I said, I want to try to make this so that I can use a winch and just pull on it. So there's got to be another way, but I don't know. I can't figure it out. I'm going to have to do some figuring, and there must be another way with pulleys that you can do it to double it up, but I don't know what that is. So if any of you got any idea, or you got any expertise with pulleys and with doing things like this, with pulling on stuff and the throw, I don't know, do you guys know what I mean by throw? In other words, the length of the movement from point A to point B. So yeah, if any of you guys got experience with that, then leave a comment down below, and maybe you can help me out figure this out. But for now, we got the cable in there. That's good. We got the tarp down. We'll cover for the keep the snow out of here, and I can at least pick the tarp up and down now with the cables that are here. So the sun has gone away from the clouds, gone in behind the clouds. Excuse me, not away from them. Gone back into them. If I can see, looking out over here. Yeah. So that next storm looks like it's on its way. So yeah, I think we're going to call it a day for now. I'm not dressed for too much cold weather, and I'm getting cold. So I think this was a good little outing here to the sawmill shed. So just want to remind you guys, if you're enjoying this and some of the other projects that we're doing and the other things that are happening around here, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and stay tuned. Come back next time, and we'll see what else we're going to be dealing with. Until then, we'll see you guys later.